Never met a man like you. Someone who made me feel the way you do.
Hey guys, it's Wenji. So today I wanted to do another YouTuber Q&A, which I do once in a while on this channel. The reason why I do these videos is one, for those of you guys that are curious about the behind the scenes of YouTuber life, like not just the videos, but like what goes on. The other one is for people that want to start their own channel and just want some advice to help grow their channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the last YouTuber Q&A video I did and get your questions, and I'm going to answer them today. And of course, if you have questions that you want to answer, don't forget to leave a comment on this one, and then the next video I'm going to pick some comments out of this one to answer. So let's get started. I'm going to go on my phone and find your questions. So the first question is from Marsha Woolley, and she asks, would you recommend using AdSense for a small channel? Would ads drive viewers away if it's a small channel? That's a really good question. So it's up to you. Do you need the money from the channel, first of all? The second thing is, when you turn on AdSense for your videos, YouTube actually does a really good job of deciding whether an ad is shown. So not all video views will have ads on the front. It depends on who is watching. Usually if it's someone new coming to your channel and watching your first video, YouTube will not put an ad there for them because that might stop them from watching the video. So they might actually refrain from putting the ad. But if they're coming back and watching the second or the third video, if they're watching multiple videos from your channel, it shows YouTube that they're very engaged with you. So that means they'll start to put ads on it. So I actually wouldn't be worried about driving people away because YouTube has a really good system of deciding whether an ad should be there or not. So yeah, I actually wouldn't be afraid, and it might be good to have some extra money from it so you can invest and up your production quality and things like that. The next question I get super often, and it was asked by Jonah Felice Aquino, I hope I pronounced your name right, and she asked, hi Wenji, hi. I really want to be a YouTuber, but you know, I find it awkward to talk in front of the camera. Can I have some advice on how to deal with it? I don't know if you guys watch my react to my very old videos that I have on this vlog, which I did like a week ago, but you can see that I was so nervous in my first few videos. It was insane. I was so scared, and even though you may not have seen it totally in front of camera, in my head while I was filming that video, I was so worried, and that's why I was expressionless. I wasn't very excited. I was talking kind of like a robot, very monotone, because I was just, I don't know, yeah, that you get that fear that you're feeling. It's completely normal. I've been through it. It probably was the case for about the first 2 years on my channel. I was still very awkward in front of camera. Even like now, like sometimes I do get very awkward in front of camera, so it is completely normal. What you need to know is it does get better. I think the first few times when you put the video out and you know, you didn't die, like nothing crazy happened, you will get a bit more confident in front of camera. I think the main thing that scared me, and I'm not sure whether it's the same for you, but it's just the fear of people judging you and putting yourself out there. It's very scary and can make you feel really awkward because you're like, ah. And plus, the other thing is get to know your camera lens, and once you do, you'll be like your friend. Here's some tips if you want to get over it. Try and just turn on the camera and record a video, any video. You don't have to post it, you don't have to show anyone, and just kind of do it regularly. Do it every couple of days, do it once a week on the weekend. Just use it as like practice, like when you practice sports or like art or something, you just need to like get in there and just start practicing. Just record yourself and then watch it over and see like what you think of it, and if there's anything you can improve. Maybe you can speak faster, you can speak slower, or you can say less, or anything like that. Just have something to work on every single week, and maybe by like maybe your 10th video you'll feel confident enough to film something to put online. So that is my tip for you. Just do it a lot and do it privately if you're too scared to put it out there. Next question is by CC Faye. Hi Wenji, I'm a big fan of your channel, lots of useful tips. I enjoy your videos very much. Thank you, I really appreciate you guys watching it. And I have just wanted to ask, I've signed up with an MCN. I'm not really sure how it works out. Can you give me advice on how your MCN actually works? Are they just people who provide you statistics, banners, thumbnails, audios for your video, or do they help you promote videos as well? Thank you so much, I'm awaiting your reply. Just so you guys know, I'm no longer with an MCN, I'm independent now. I decided that an MCN wasn't right for me. So I can share with you my past experiences though with my MCNs, and That is, every MCN is different. I'm not sure who you're signed up to, but every MCN has their strengths and weaknesses. The one thing that they're supposed to help you with is provide communication between you and YouTube or Google. MCN is like an in-between person to help you with any issues you may have with your channel, copyright strikes, educate you on things like that, or changes your MCN is there for. They're also supposed to give you advice on growing your channel, maybe looking through your channel, giving you feedback on how you can improve it so you can get more views and subscribers. The other thing they're actually supposed to help you with is also find opportunities like brand or sponsorship deals as well. So the kind of things MCNs do for you, whether they do them well or not, well, it really depends. I've had really bad experiences with some and really great with others. Really honestly depends on your account manager and your relationship with them. If you don't reach out or have a close relationship with your account manager, it's very easy to be forgotten, especially if you have a small and medium channel, and therefore you may feel like all the commission you're paying your MCN is just wasted because they're not really doing anything for you. And that's happened to me as well. What you get out of your MCN really depends on how much you demand from them. So don't expect your MCN to actually come to you and help you. Like, I know it's a very cynical way to look at it, but it's true. You should actually go out there and demand them to do things and tell them what you want from them. Whether you want them to sell you on more brand deals, tell them, you go, I want at least one brand deal a month. Can you do that for me? Or can you keep me updated on how things are going? Or if you want them to optimize your channel, just go, hey look, can you go over my channel, give me feedback? And if you want them to do other things, just reach out to them and talk to them. Just sign the contract, sit back, and then expect them to come to you. I think that's a very big mistake that I've made as well. So that's some advice with you for your MCN. Just reach out to them, know what you want, and ask them for it. You'll get the service. And if they don't give you the service, then at least you know, hey, at that point, I've done all that I can. It's time to move on to either another MCN or be independent by yourself. Next question is from Frankie Williams. Could you please recommend free editing apps, as I've tried many and spent time making videos, then it says I need to buy it to get rid of the watermark. I can't afford a monthly subscription, so please recommend free apps for editing so I can post onto my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your help. No problem. There are actually some really great free software. I started off with free software as well, and I know a lot of YouTubers have started off with free software for at least the first 1 to 2 years of their career. It really depends on what computer you have. So for the Mac, there's iMovie that comes free with the computer, and that is perfect. I use iMovie for a lot of my first videos. If you're really creative with your footage, it actually turns out amazing, and you don't need much like frills and editing on top of that. Just really be creative with your storyboards, your camera angles, and how you will communicate something, and you can rely less on the editing and more on your story, your creativity, and your footage. So that's what I would recommend for you as well, especially if you're only using free apps. The other one is Windows Movie Maker for PC. You can download that, that's absolutely free, and it's perfect to use for very simple videos. Again, because these are free software, you can't expect to do crazy amazing things like you see people using professional software. Like I said, be really creative with your story, with the footage, with your angles, plan all that out, and it will look just as good. So really great lighting as well. So if you get all that kind of right, the editing actually will just make it look even better. I personally use Premiere Pro and the Adobe Suite. So that's my go-to. I'm gonna take one more question. This question is the meatiest question, and I really wanted to answer it because I think it's really important. So this was asked by Tweak the Reaper. These videos, especially since I'm trying to get into YouTube myself, oh thank you. If you've already answered this question, I apologize, but I was wondering how long on average it takes a channel to go from not profitable to profitable enough to do full-time, or essentially when you can hope to quit your day job and just do YouTube to pay rent. So for those of you guys that are new here, you may not know, but I quit my job maybe around 2 years ago to pursue YouTube full-time. So I've done that little jump and I've been through it all from the beginning. The other question we need to ask is like, what is a professional YouTuber as well? And I'm actually a part of the Internet Creators Guild. It's a non-profit organization where we want to help creators that are kind of doing it full-time, want to make it a career, and want to make sure it's sustainable. What we want to do is help those creators, because I think there's a lot of resources out there to help new creators to get to a certain point. But once you get to a kind of business and you want to like make that jump from being a side hustle to a full-time career or job, and after you get that, how do you make that possible for you to then buy a house, raise a family, maintain a mortgage on that income. That's what we're really interested in helping you guys out with. So if you guys are in that situation and you want resources, I want to know, one, first of all, what we can help you with, because we're constantly creating resources and information for people like you. And two, if you're interested, have a look at the Internet Creators Guild. We have a membership. It's completely non-profitable, so all that proceeds goes into making more material and information and help for you guys. I'm on the board of directors for that, so I'm really passionate about making that happen. But yeah, that's why I'm really interested in this question. So the first thing you need to answer is, for you to quit your job, you need to know how much money that you need to sustain yourself. And that's going to be very different depending on where you live and what your lifestyle is, and whether you have dependents like family and things like that, or whether you live at home. So for me, I quit when I wasn't living at home. I had to pay bills and rent and everything like that. So I had to be really careful and smart about it, and not be like reckless with that decision, and just be like, I'm gonna chase my dreams and not think about my responsibilities. So to live in Sydney is actually quite expensive, so I had a longer tipping point, and it will take me longer for me to quit my job. Live in a place with a low lifestyle expense. Or the other thing you can do is, if you're really serious about this, is move to a place with lower rent and cut down all your expenditures so you can live on a minimal fee. Work out what that is, and that is how much you need to make for you to quit. How long that takes depending on how much that is, but what I can tell you is to be creative with it. So for me, I quit my job, my full-time job. So I said I quit my full-time job, but what a lot of people don't know is, while I did quit my full-time job, I actually couldn't pay all my rent and expenses at that point when I quit. So I actually had to get a part-time job to make up that little gap. So I was getting some income from YouTube, and I was actually working a part-time job, but doing that actually gave me more time to work on YouTube than having a full-time job. So maybe for you, it's about figuring out, hey, when can I step from, you know, having YouTube being a side career, having a full-time job, to having YouTube become more of my life and have a part-time job where I at least know I have enough money to pay for my rent if everything goes downhill, but at least it frees up enough time for you to work on your YouTube even more. So that's something I would suggest for you as well. And possibly getting to that point is going to be a lot faster than going, hey, I'm going to go from 0 to quitting my job, because that is a huge stepping stone, and you never know whether you're going to get there, because, you know, YouTube is one of those things where down to timing and luck, and whether you have like a video that goes off, and it's all a lot of uncertainties. So make sure you're very clear about that. One huge misconception actually is that people think subscribers equals more money, which is untrue. You could have a lot of subscribers but have no income because you have no views. It actually all depends on your views. So what you want to do is to maximize your views. It will maximize your income. Go through the catalog of all the videos you made, figure out which ones get the most views, and do more of that and more similar content like that. And chances are you'll get there faster than if you just did random videos and fingers crossed hoped that it worked. So yeah, that's the advice I can give you. I hope that helps. I hope you guys check out Internet Creators Guild as well, because we're trying to do some really awesome things in this space and trying to fill in a gap that no one has looked at in terms of information, going really in depth with things like this, topics like this. And yeah, I want you guys to answer a question as well for me. What do you guys think is a professional YouTuber? Is that a thing that you guys believe in? What makes someone professional? Don't forget to leave your comments if you want me to include your question in the next time I do one of these videos. But otherwise, I hope this has been really helpful, and I'll see you guys soon. Love you. Bye.